mole concepts. So this is the main part in chemistry, problematic part. This is the main part, major part, hard part of your chemistry mathematical, that is problematic section. If you know this concept well, your problems are very easy. Otherwise, too much difficult. That's why I am going to take this concept to you very slowly. I induce this effect, this concept very slowly. Please be patient and listen carefully. Listen carefully. So no doubt, I am very confident on this concept. I think you may also after completion of this concept, this class. Okay. So now, mole concept. Before we are going entering into the mole concept, we should learn some major terms that is frequently used in our chemistry. Those terms are, first one, atomic weight. Okay. Mole concepts. Atomic weight. We must learn about this atomic weight very clearly. What is this atomic weight? So in my previous classes, we are going to take, that is already I told to you, that is atomic mass, which is indicated with the letter A. We know this atomic mass. Now our topic is atomic weight. These two are not equal, my dear boys. Atomic weight is not equal to atomic mass. Atomic mass is always a whole number integer. But atomic weight are no doubt some fractional values are possible. So atomic mass, atomic weight, no doubt very, very different, no doubt. Please be conscious about this. Atomic mass A is a whole number. It is a fractional value, maybe a fractional value. Whole numbers and fractional values both are possible here. Now, what is this atomic weight? So this atomic weight nowadays is measured with respect to a known term that is based on C12 isotope. Carbon 12, C12 isotope. Atomic weight is measured with respect to C12 isotope. With respect to C12 isotope. So that is why atomic weight is a relative value. Atomic weight is a relative value. It is relative with respect to C12 isotope. In old days, number of different isotopes are tried at hydrogen, oxygen, chlorine, something else. Most of the trials are completed. Finally, they concluded with respect to C12. Nowadays, atomic weights are measured with respect to C12 isotope. Now, what is this atomic weight? Atomic weight is nothing but it is the number of times of an atom of element heavier than 1/12 of C12 isotope. 1/12 of C12 isotope. So mind it, atomic weight is calculated with respect to C12 isotope. If there is no C12 isotope, there is no atomic weight nowadays. So that's why with respect to C12 isotope, atomic weights are measured. That's why atomic weight is nothing but a relative value. That is, with respect to C12, it is a relative value. So they define, our scientists define, atomic weight is taken as, it is the number of times an atom of an element is heavier than 1/12 of C12 isotope. 1/12 of C12 isotope. So simply, atomic weight is equal to mass of one atom of an element by 1/12 into mass of C12 atom. Mass of C12 atom. So this is atomic weight formula you want to calculate. If you want to calculate, this is the atomic weight. Now, atomic weight is equal to mass of one atom of an element by 1/12 of mass of C12 atom. So mind it. So 1/12 of. So generally we are going to take mass of carbon 12 is, that means the mass number is 12. Mass number of the carbon is 12. Now we are going to take 1/12 part of, that is 1/12 into 12, which is nothing but 1. So which is nothing but 1, which is nothing but 1. So 1/12 into 12, which is equal to 1. So that means 1/12 of C12 is nothing but 1. So 1/12 of C12, which is nothing but 1. Please listen here. That means how many times the atom of an element is heavier than 1/12 of mass of C12 isotope. 1/12 of mass of C12 isotope is nothing but 1. Nothing but 1. So that is why here we are going to take C12 isotope as a reference element. Okay. So next, atomic mass. So here, see here, atomic weight may be a fraction. So why this atomic weight is fraction? Atomic weight is fraction due to the presence of isotopes. Due to the presence of isotopes present in atoms, elements, those elements having isotopes are nothing but same atomic number, different mass number. So mass numbers are different. Their average values, their ratio values, by using percentage rate, we are going to calculate atomic mass. That's why it is going to a fractional value. But mass number is always a fixed number. Mass number is always a fixed number, but atomic weight is a fraction. Atomic weight a fraction. So let us consider atomic weight of oxygen is equal to 16. Atomic weight of oxygen is equal to 16. So what is the meaning of atomic weight of oxygen is equal to 16? That means one atom of oxygen is 16 times heavier than 1/12 of mass of C12 atom. It is 16 times heavier than 1/12 of C12, mass of C12 atom. Now atomic weight of helium is 4 N. What is weight? It is 4 times heavier than 1/12 of mass of C12 atom. 4 times. That means there is a number of times. How many times the atom of an element is heavier than 1/12 of mass of C12 atom, which is called as atomic weight. Now, this is atomic weight. We must learn about this atomic weight. Everyone should know about our 30 elements. That is 1 to 30 elements, atomic weight. Please open your notebook. So, and write the atomic weights of each and every element from hydrogen to zinc. Try it. Start to write that is atomic weight. I am also going to write here. If you don't know, please copy them and by heart them. Please copy them and by heart them, please. Now, atomic weight. 1 to 30 elements. Please by heart each. No doubt, these should be very important requirement towards our calculation part. So now, atomic weights of 30 elements. So what are those 30 elements? Hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon, sodium, magnesium, aluminum, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, argon, potassium, calcium. It is up to 20. 21. Scandium, titanium, vanadium, chromium, manganese, iron, cobalt, nickel, copper, zinc. These are 30 elements. So we must know about the atomic weights of each and every element. Now hydrogen, its atomic weight is equal to 1, in particular it is 1.008. It is a fractional value because of isotopes of hydrogen. Those three isotopes, hydrogen, helium, hydrogen, deuterium and tritium are there. Because of those mass numbers, so this is 1.008. We are relatively taking this one as 1 for our calculation purpose. Next, helium, 4. So lithium, 7. Beryllium, 9. Boron, 10.8. Carbon, 12. It is the reference element. If it is 12, all these are these values. Nitrogen, 14. Oxygen, 16. Next, fluorine, 19. Neon, 20. Sodium, 23. Magnesium, 24. Aluminum, 27. Silicon, 28. Phosphorus, 31. Sulfur, 32. Chlorine, 35.5. Argon, 40. Potassium, 39. Calcium, 40. Scandium, 45. Titanium, 47.86. Roughly, for calculation purpose, we are taking 48. 47.86. Vanadium, 50.9. Roughly, we are going to take 51. Chromium, 52. Chromium, 52. Please note down on your paper. Now, manganese, 55. Iron, 56. Cobalt, 58.93. Nickel, 58.69. Copper, 63.5. Zinc, 65.3. These are the different atomic weights which are available. So up to 30, we are very, very important values. Please remember all these values. So this is very, very, very important concept. So see once again, every element, most of the cases, most of the elements, those atomic weights are fractional values. So more fractional values. These fractional values are due to the presence of their isotope, availability of isotope. Percentage abundances are completely different. That is the atomic weights are in fractional conditions. Okay. So note down. I'm waiting for you. Please note down all these values. No, it is not exactly. Not atomic weight is the double of atomic number. So protons, neutrons, sum is nothing but mass number, not atomic weight. So mass number is equal to sum of protons and neutrons present inside the nucleus of an atom. But it is atomic weight. The atomic weight is based on their isotopes, average values based on their percentage abundances. Already in my previous class, so the concept is completed in my previous class. Okay. Now, these are the atomic weights. Please remember, my dear boys. Now, I'm going to clean this board. Okay. Now, we know the atomic weight. We know the atomic weight. Now, this atomic weight is generally expressed in grams. So, that is atomic weight of magnesium is equal to 24 N. Atomic weight of magnesium is equal to 24. Now, what is this meaning? So, one atom of magnesium is 24 times heavier than 1/12 part weight of 1/12 part of C12 atom. Weight of 1/12 part of C12 atom. That is, okay, roughly these are values. Okay, these are integers because of isotope. Those are fractional values. Okay, see here. Atomic weight of magnesium is 24, means it is 24 times heavier than 1/12 of mass of C12 isotope. Now, if this atomic weight is expressed by taking units in grams, if atomic weight is expressed in grams, this is called as gram atomic weight of that element. So actually, atomic weight we don't give any unit, but so because it is weight, if we give that is grams as a unit, okay. So now it is gram atomic weight. Now it is gram atomic weight. So mind it. So generally, in old days, atomic weight is expressed in terms of AMU, atomic mass unit. Atomic mass unit. AMUs are some units. Nothing but atomic mass unit. Generally used. What is this atomic mass unit? So what is this atomic mass unit? Atomic mass unit is nothing but it is the average of rest mass of proton plus rest mass of neutron. That is the average of rest mass of proton and rest mass of neutron is called as AMU. So atomic mass unit. Rest mass of proton plus rest mass of neutron. That is mass of proton was plus mass of neutron by 2. We know that mass of proton value is 1.673 into 10 power minus 27 kgs plus 1.675 into 10 power minus 27 kgs. That is per neutron. Average value is by 2. Average value by 2. So now it is equal to 1.67 into 10 power minus 27 kg. This is 1 AMU. Atomic mass unit. So this is one of the ways to express the atomic weight. One of the ways to express the atomic weight. That's enough. These are the different ways to express the atomic weight. That may be in grams, that may be in atomic mass units. Okay. So be careful. One atomic mass unit is equal to 1.67 into 10 power minus 27. So listen here once again. Atomic weight of magnesium is equal to 24. Gram atomic weight of magnesium is equal to 24 grams. There is one more. What is that? Absolute atomic weight of magnesium is equal to how much? Mind it, it is absolute. So absolute atomic mass of an element is equal to atomic weight into AMU value. atomic weight into AMU value, that value is equal to absolute atomic weight. So already we know atomic weight of magnesium is equal to 24. Gram atom, that is AMU is equal to 1.67 into 10 power minus 27. So altogether gives a Kg value. This value is called as absolute atomic weight. After calculating that multiplication value, so we will get absolute atomic weight. Absolute atomic weight of an element is equal to atomic weight into 1.67 into 10 power minus 27. For example, one more example I am going to take here towards your atomic weight. So these are different methods. So just to see the difference of those terms. Atomic weight of helium is equal to 4. Atomic weight of helium is equal to 4. Gram atomic weight of helium is equal to 4 grams. What is the difference there? Just the unit. Just the unit is different. It is expressed in grams, that it is gram atomic weight. Absolute atomic weight of helium is equal to 4 into 1.67 into 10 power minus 27 kg. 4 into 1 point, that is equal to 6.68 into 10 power minus 27 kg. This is absolute atomic weight of helium. This is absolute atomic weight of helium. So please be careful. Atomic weight, no unit. Gram atomic weight unit is 8. So absolute is expressed in kgs, that is by multiplying the atomic mass unit. One atomic mass unit is equal to 1.67 into 10 power minus 27 kg. Please, my dear students, please remember all these. So I will try. Just a minute. Collapse. Maybe it may be collapse. Please be careful. Stay there. Okay. Network is not clear here from today. So is it clear, my dear students? Atomic weight, gram atomic weight, absolute atomic weight. Atomic weight, gram atomic weight, absolute atomic weight. Atomic weight, no unit. Gram atomic weight expressed in grams. What is that? No means? No means? You didn't understand? You didn't understand? Okay, no clarity. Please wait. So in my previous class, it is very clear. In my previous class, it is very clear. What happened now? Just a minute. Just a few minutes. I'm waiting here, no doubt. Just a minute. I'm going to So I'm going to increase the size of that letter, no doubt. Is this okay? Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. Atomic weight has no units. Gram atomic weight has gram as unit. That's it is gram atomic weight. If atomic weight is multiplied with AMU, that gives absolute atomic weight. So this is the one of the that is calculation for helium. And so similarly for other elements also. So no unit atomic weight. With grams, that is gram atomic weight. So see here, let us take what about the sodium? How much is atomic weight of sodium? That is 23. Gram atomic weight of sodium is equal to how much? 23 grams. Now, absolute atomic weight is equal to 23 into 1.67 into 10 power minus 27 K. So all these are very, very important towards your objective. So not directly while that is used in calculation. While we are going to take calculations, these may be useful and very, very useful. And similar to atomic weight, there is molecular weight. Similar to atomic weight, there is a molecular weight. Now, molecular weight. What is molecular weight of the element? Molecular weight is nothing but it is the number of times. Okay, I'm going to increase the size of the letter. It is the number of times a molecule is number of times a molecule of a compound heavier than 1/12 of C12 atom. Once again, it is atom. Molecular weight is nothing but it is the number of times a molecule of a compound heavier than 1/12 of C12 atom. 1/12 of C12 atom. In your previous case, in atomic weight, it is the number of times atom of an element instead of compound element. So if it is atomic weight, it is the number of times the atom of an element is heavier than 1/12 of C12 atom. But in case of molecular weight, it is the number of times a molecule. Because it is molecular weight, it is molecule. Because it is atomic weight, it is atom. That is the basic difference between. If it is atom, it is element. If it is molecule, that is a compound. So if it is molecule, that is a compound. That is a slight difference between the atomic weight and molecular weight. So it is the number of times a molecule of a compound is heavier than 1/12 of C12 atom. 1/12 of C12. In both cases, it is atom. 1/12 of C12 atom. Now I am going to calculate so molecular weight of the substance. So just by adding atomic weight. So molecular weight is equal to mass of one molecule of substance by 1/12 into mass of C12 atom. So mass of one molecule of substance by 1/12 into mass of C12 atom, that is equal to molecular weight. So let us calculate molecular weight of, for example, there is Na2CO3. Sodium carbonate is there. Na2CO3. Is this atom or molecule? No doubt it is a molecule, it is a collection of atoms. So combination of atoms is equal to molecule. Atoms combination gives molecule. It is sodium atom, carbon atom, oxygen atom, all together combination gives a molecule. This is the molecule of sodium carbonate. So it contains 2 sodium atoms, 1 carbon atom, 3 oxygen atoms. It contains 2 sodium atoms, 1 carbon atom, 3 oxygen atoms. We know that atomic weight, 2 into atomic weight of sodium, 23. 1 into atomic weight of carbon, 12. 3 into atomic weight of oxygen, that is 60. Altogether by multiplication, by addition, it is 106. It is 106. That means the molecular weight of Na2CO3 is 106. Is there any unit? No. That's why it is simply molecular weight. It is a molecule. That is the weight corresponds to this molecule. That is the weight corresponds to this one molecule of sodium carbonate. That weight is molecular weight. If this molecular weight is expressed in grams, 106 grams. So if this molecular weight is expressed in grams, now this 106 grams is equal to gram molecular weight of that substance. If molecular weight is expressed in terms of grams, is called as gram molecular weight of the substance. If this 106 grams is multiplied with 1.67 into 10 power minus 27 kg, that gives absolute molecular weight of the substance. That gives absolute molecular weight of the substance. That means exactly similar to that of atomic weight, there is also molecular weight. Molecular weight, gram molecular weight, absolute molecular weight. So molecular weight of Na2CO3 is 106. Gram molecular weight of Na2CO3 is 106 grams because it is expressed in grams. Now absolute molecular weight is equal to that 106 into 1.67 into 10 power minus 27 kg, that is AMU. So multiplied with that AMU value, that gives absolute atomic weight. So these are different terms used in calculations of the atomic weight and molecular weight. Please be careful. Just a slight difference in these words: atomic weight, gram atomic weight. So okay. Atomic weight, gram atomic weight, and absolute atomic weight. Molecular weight, gram molecular weight, absolute molecular weight. Someone asking me, that is, once again, please repeat the definition of molecular weight. What is this molecular weight? So once again, I'm going to write here. Once again, I'm going to write here. So molecular weight is the number of times a molecule of a compound is heavier than 1/12 of C12 isotope. Molecular weight is the number of times a molecule of a substance or a compound is heavier than 1/12 of C12 isotope. Okay, I will say no doubt. So tomorrow onwards we are going to problems. Please be careful. Everyone will take along with you notes also. So because I am going to dictate the problem and solve on both ends. Okay. Molecular weight is this one. So if it is atomic weight, here is the clarification. If it is atomic weight, if atomic weight is the number of atoms, number of times an atom of an element is heavier than C12 isotope. It's just the difference between the atomic weight and molecular weight. Please don't confuse. So please don't confuse here. Okay. So this is atomic weight and molecular weight. Along with these two, there are some other terms also used here towards your mole concepts. What is that? Please listen carefully. This is also important. That is formula weight. Formula weight. What is this formula weight? when this formula weight is used. Formula weight is applicable only for ionic substances. The term formula weight is used for ionic substances. So why, sir? Why formula weight is used? So what is the formula for sodium chloride? It is NaCl. The formula for sodium chloride is NaCl. What does it mean? What does it mean? Formula for NaCl is sodium chloride. Is this molecular formula? Is this molecular formula for sodium chloride? Not at all. It is not the molecular formula of sodium chloride. It is the empirical formula of that sodium chloride. Please be careful. It is not molecular formula. So now I am going to ask, what is the formula for NaCl? Sodium chloride, that is NaCl. That is NaCl. Is this NaCl contains atoms or ions? Because it is Na plus ion and Cl minus ion. There is oppositely charged ion. Oppositely charged ion. Okay. So that is Na plus and Cl minus ion. So ions are participating in the formula. That is why it is ionic formula. Now this ionic compound, that is why it is called as ionic compound. Ionic compound. NaCl is an ionic compound as it contains ions, oppositely charged ions. So now I am going to draw the structure of that NaCl. Why it is not taken as molecular formula? Why it is taken as empirical formula? I am going to discuss that. So NaCl is solid, just like our table salt. It is crystalline. NaCl is a crystal, solid phase. In solid phase, constituent particles are very near to each other, almost closely packed to each other. That's why it has a particular shape because it is a solid. So now this is the shape of that NaCl. It is the shape of that NaCl. So this contains Na plus ion, Cl minus ion. Na plus ion, Cl minus ion. So Cl minus ion, Na plus ion. No two positive ions, no two negative ions side by side exist. Side by side exists. Na plus, Cl minus, Na plus, Cl minus. This is the entire structure of that NaCl. So in your chemical bonding concept, the structure of this NaCl we are going to take deep discussion. Now it is simply NaCl structure. This NaCl compound contains not only single Na plus ion, not only single Cl minus ions, but total number of Na plus ions is equal to total number of Cl minus ions. Otherwise, the compound is not fixed. Okay, that is it. Except it. So total number of Na plus ions is equal to total number of Cl minus ions. Let us say if Na plus ions is 10, automatically Cl minus ions are also equal to 10. That means I want to write the formula Na plus 10, Cl minus 10. Now this is the formula of that NaCl. Is this regularly used formula towards sodium chloride crystal? No. So always we are going to take sodium chloride formula is Na plus and Cl minus, simply NaCl. That means so both the numbers, that is number of ions, are same. That is why common factor is going to cancel. It is by 10. It is by 10. That is 1 1. It is NaCl. That means this is the formula. This is the formula. Their ions are exist in their simple ratio, not exact number of atoms. The exact number of Na plus ions, exact number of Cl minus ions are not indicated that formula, but the simple ratio 1:1. In the number of Na plus Cl minus ions ratio is 1:1. The simple ratio is indicated. Okay, we'll come. So here, number of Na plus ions 10, number of Cl minus ions 10. So simple ratio is 1:1. That is the final formula is given as NaCl. Now it is running on mobile data. Please. So Na plus and Cl minus ions. So that is why here the formula is not with the exact number. It is with relative number. That is simplest number. Any formula without exact number having simple atomic ratio, that is the formula is called as empirical formula. Because it is empirical formula, the weight corresponds to that NaCl. That is NaCl weight is Na plus and Cl minus. Na atomic weight is 23. Chlorine atomic weight is 35.5. It is 58.5. So this is the weight corresponds to this formula, not per molecule. It is only formula, not a molecule. It is only the formula, not a molecule. Mind it. Okay. So that is why. So it is the weight corresponds to this formula. That is why it is called as a formula weight. That is why it is called as formula weight. So mind it. It's almost similar to that of molecular weight, but only formula is considered here, not exact formula. It is just a simple empirical formula is used. That is why formula weight is used. So mind it. Formula weight is applicable only for ionic compounds. Whenever ionic compound is used, so there molecular weight term is not accepted, only formula weight term is accepted. If this formula weight is expressed in grams, gram formula weight, so absolute formula weight multiplied with that AMU value 1.67 into 10 power minus 27 kg. So that is altogether same. But instead of molecular weight, we use formula weight. We use formula weight. So for ionic compounds, there is only formula weight, there is no molecular weight. So difference between molecular weight and gram molecular weight. So molecular weight, gram molecular weight, there is no difference in it. Magnitude value is same. If molecular weight of that sodium Na2CO3, for Na2CO3, molecular weight is equal to 106, no unit. If it is 106 grams, there is a unit, it is gram molecular weight. Just units are different. If that value is expressed in grams, it is gram molecular weight. If there is no unit, just it is molecular weight. So mind it. So once again, the terms very, very important. So now up to now, molecular weight, gram molecular weight, absolute molecular weight. Molecular weight, just a value. Gram molecular weight, that value with grams. Absolute molecular weight, that value into 1.67 into 10 power minus 27, which is in kgs. Or 10 power minus 24 grams. So 10 power minus 7 grams. So these are the different terms towards your molecular weight. Similarly, atomic weight, some value. Gram atomic weight, that value is in grams. That is absolute atomic weight, which is the value into 1.67 into 10 power minus 27 kgs. This is all about your atomic weight. This is about molecular weight. These are the three terms. So I am here discussing. Similarly, molecular weight, there is a formula weight. It is for ionic compounds. This is for all other compounds. For ionic compounds, instead of molecular weight, we use ionic weight. We use that is the formula weight. So these are the differences. So they just the words are very, very important. So anything in your calculations, in your exams, maybe use anything, no doubt. Now, there are number of other terms. There is number of other terms towards your mole concepts is also here we are going to discuss. What are those terms? That is, first of all, that is gram molar volume. The term, the word is gram molar volume, which is GMV, frequently used one. Gram molar volume. What is this gram molar volume? Now take different. It is for gases. It is applicable for gases. Okay. So let us say 1 mole. Later, this concept, this mole is, I will explain. Up to now, please wait. 1 mole hydrogen gas is taken in this vessel. 1 mole hydrogen gas is taken in this vessel. In another vessel, having same 1 mole, all are same, but nitrogen gas is taken. In another vessel, all measurements are same. Here also 1 mole. CO2 gas is there. So just like this, number of different gases are taken. So one is hydrogen, another one is nitrogen, another one is CO2, but all are 1 mole, 1 mole, 1 mole each. Now the conditions are STP conditions. STP conditions. What are these STP conditions? So temperature is 273 Kelvin or 0 degrees centigrade. These are the fixed values. This temperature is 273 Kelvin or 0 degrees centigrade. That is the temperature value. Pressure value 1 atmosphere pressure value. At this temperature and pressure, 1 mole of this gas is taken. Whatever it may be the gas, either nitrogen, oxygen or CO2, if it is 1 mole, the volume occupied by that gas is 22.4 liters. At this temperature and at this pressure, whatever the gas is taken, which is, if it is 1 mole, the volume occupied by any of the gas at this temperature and pressure, not room temperature, my dear, it is 0 degrees centigrade. That is 273 Kelvin. At this temperature and pressure, any gas so occupies a volume of 22.4 liters. This 22.4 liters are 22,400 milliliters. This value is called as gram molar volume. So is this clear? So my dear, if there is, please. So what is gram molar volume? It is the volume occupied by any gas. It is the volume occupied by 1 mole of any gas at STP. It is the volume occupied by 1 mole of any gas at STP. That is nothing but gram molar volume. Mind it, always STP conditions are used. STP conditions means temperature is equal to 0 degrees centigrade or 273 Kelvin. Here degree centigrade term is not used, which is always Kelvin scale. Pressure is 1 atmosphere. Pressure is 1 atmosphere. At this condition, 1 mole of gas occupies a volume of 22.4 liters, which is called as gram molar volume. Which is called as gram molar volume. Okay? So this is very, very important. Gram molar volume is nothing but 1 mole gas occupied volume at STP. 1 mole gas occupied volume at STP is called as gram molar volume. My dear boys, please go close the chart with others. So its value is 22.4 liters or 22,400 liters. So mind it, here temperature is 1 atmosphere. In old days, atmosphere is the standard temperature. Atmosphere is the standard pressure value. But nowadays, atmospheres are not used. Instead of atmospheres, bar terms are used. 1 bar instead of 1 atmosphere. Now the volume of this vessel is not 22.4 liters. It is 22.7 liters. This is the latest. This is latest gram molar volume at 1 bar pressure. So at 1 atmosphere pressure, it is 22.4 liters. At 1 bar pressure, it is 22.7 liters. But in calculations, we are going through 22.4. So So we are going through 22.4. So that is 1 atmosphere pressure. If particularly 1 bar is taken, now the volume is taken as 22.7. Otherwise, if no value is given to you, so we are going to take that 22.4 liters. So very rarely 1 bar is used. So at 1 bar pressure, the volume is 22.7 liters, which is gram molar volume. So what is gram molar volume? That is the volume occupied by 1 mole of gas at STP. Standard temperature and pressure at STP. Okay. So this is gram molar volume. So please be conscious. That is 22.4 liters or 22.4. That is 22,400 milliliters. Now density. So these are different terms, and just these are different terms I am going to introduce to you towards your mole concept explanation. Density of the gas. Density of the gas. Now I want to calculate once again STP, add STP. No doubt, most of them are well known. Density is equal to mass by volume. Mass of the substance by volume of the substance. Now, density of the gas I want to calculate at STP. Density is equal to, instead of mass, which is equal to gram molecular weight. Gram molecular weight is nothing but mass of the molecule. Gram molecular weight. Instead of volume, we are going to take gram molar volume. Instead of volume, we are taking here gram molar volume. Now, density of any gas at STP, density of 1 mole gas in particular. This is density of 1 mole gas at STP. In clear, it is 1 mole gas at STP. That is gram molecular weight by. So 1 mole gas weight is gram molecular weight. So 1 mole gas occupied volume is gram molar volume. That weight by volume is nothing but density. So this is the formula used to calculate density of the gas, density of 1 mole gas at STP. So it is 1. Next, vapor density. This is another term. Vapor density, simply VD abbreviation is used. What is this vapor density? Vapor density is calculated by using the formula density of the gas by density of hydrogen. Density of the gas by density of hydrogen. Okay, gram molecular to into vapor density, that is another way. No doubt. So how to calculate that vapor density? Vapor density is nothing but it is a ratio of density cell. Ratio of density of the gas by density of hydrogen. That density of hydrogen is taken as fixed value. Density of gas is given to you. So by taking those ratio values, that is vapor density. So vapor density, which is also taken as vapor density is also taken as weight of 1 liter of gas at STP by weight of 1 liter of hydrogen at STP. So weights are given to you. Weight of 1 liter of gas at STP. So because it is density of the gas, density is nothing but mass per volume. Now weight of volume is equal to 1 liter. Here also mass of gas. Here also mass of gas per 1 liter. This 1 liter is 1 liter and can go get cancelled. That is mass of that gas by mass of gas, mass of hydrogen. Mass of gas by mass of hydrogen. Now weight of 1 liter of gas at STP by weight of 1 liter of hydrogen at STP. So this is another way to calculate vapor density. If you know the vapor density, now molecular weight is equal to 2 into vapor density is the formula. Molecular weight is equal to 2 into vapor density. So this is very, very important formula. In most of the cases we are going to discuss here. So molecular weight is equal to 22.4 liters at STP. That is equal to 2 into vapor density. That means vapor density corresponding volume is 11.2 liters. So vapor density corresponding volume is 11.2 liters. Molecular weight corresponding volume is 22.4 liters. Sir, how this 22.4 liters? Later I am going to explain. So in this class, I'm going to explain that vapor density, that molecular weight is how it is equal to 22.4 liters. So I'm going to explain now. Okay. So this is the density, vapor density. By using vapor density, how to calculate molecular weight. So in terms of volumes, these are the values. Please remember. Next, there is another term. What is this another term? This is it is the most important term, and Avogadro number. So Avogadro number, the symbol used for this one is N, or sometimes N naught, or sometimes NA. These are the different symbols used for this Avogadro number. But I am frequently using the term N. From myself, I am going to use N. So Avogadro number N. What is this Avogadro number? So Avogadro number is nothing but this is the number of entities, in 1 mole of, the number of entities in 1 mole of anything, 1 mole, something, anything. So the number of entities in 1 mole. Once again, here the term mole is used where I am going to explain. Okay. Not 22, it is 23. So Avogadro number is a fixed value. N is equal to 6.023 into 10 power 23. It is fixed. It has no unit, my dear boys. Someone is asked there. So no unit. It is just a fixed value. That is Avogadro number N is equal to 6.023 into 10 power 23. Sir, what is this? Whatever you want. Avogadro number of species is nothing but this much number of species. This much number of species is called as Avogadro number. This much number of species is taken as 1 mole. 1 mole is nothing but this much value. 1 mole is nothing but this much value. And that's enough. These two are correlated with each other. 1 mole is equal to this much number. So 6.023 into 10 power 23. The fixed number is called as Avogadro number. That much number of units present in 1 mole. That is why number of entities present in 1 mole of anything is called as Avogadro's number. And it is Avogadro's number. Next, there is another term that is avogram. So along with Avogadro number, there is another term, avogram. So avogram is nothing but reciprocal of Avogadro number. Avogram is nothing but reciprocal of Avogadro number. So that is why it is equal to 1.602 into 1 by 6.023 into 10 power 23. By calculating this one, we will get 1.67 into 10 power minus 24. This is avogram. Avogram is the reciprocal of Avogadro number. So that is called as avogram. So avogram value is 1.67 into 10 power 24. 10 power minus 24. 10 power minus 24. It is avogram. Next, there is another word once again. That is LOSCHMIDT. Load-Smith number. Load-Smith number. What is this Load-Smith number? What is this Load-Smith number? Load-Smith number is nothing but number of molecules present in present in 1 cc of gas or vapor. 1 cc of gas or vapor. So this is Lodes-Smith number. What is this Lodes-Smith number? The number of molecules present in 1 cc of gas or vapor. Both are, whatever it may be taken. So how to calculate this Lodes-Smith number? Lodes-Smith number. So that is, I think we are going to take 1 mole. 1 mole is equal to 6.023 into 10 power 23 molecules. This 1 mole is also equal to gram molar volume at STP, that is 22,400 milliliters. Cc is nothing but 1 ml. That means 22,400 ml contains this much molecules. 1 ml contains how much molecules? 22,400 ml contains 6.023 into 10 power 23 molecules. 1 ml contains how much molecules? Now it is equal to 6.023 into 10 power 23 into 1 by 22,400. So after calculating this value, that is 2.68 into 10 power 19. Sorry. Okay. 10 power 19. 2.68 into 10 power 19. This is called as Lodes-Smith number. This was the number of gas molecules at STP present in 1 cc of gas. 1 cc, 1 ml of gas. That is the number of molecules present in 1 cc of gas at STP. 1 cc of gas at STP is called as Lodes-Smith number. So this is also frequently used in your objective point of view. So please remember. So these are the different terms are frequently used in calculation of mole concepts. Now I am going to take mole concepts. So up to now, is there any doubt? If you have any doubt, please ask me on your WhatsApp chat. Please go through WhatsApp chat. So later I am going to clarify your doubts. Okay. So now I am going to take mole concepts. So all these are used in mole concept type. What is this mole concept? Mole. I think it is 1 mole. Now I am going to take 1 mole of the substance. So 1 mole corresponds to how much? How many terms? 1 mole ante mana em teesukochu. What we are going to take? What is mole? What is 1 mole? So problems will be tomorrow. So now today I am going to conclude this topic. So tomorrow, day after tomorrow, number of problems we are going to take. Okay. 1 mole. So before going to enter into the mole, do you know dozen? The word dozen. Do you know? Dozen apples, dozen bananas. So like that. So do you know dozen? How much the value is fixed for the dozen? Yes, no doubt. It is 12. We know dozen is equal to 12. Dozen is nothing but 12. That means the number 12 is fixed to dozen in our daily life. In our daily life, okay, please stop it. So the number 12 number is fixed to the word dozen. It is in your daily life, the term 12 is taken. So dozen eggs means 12 eggs. Dozen apples means 12 bananas, 12 apples. Dozen bananas means 12 bananas. So that means whatever you want, dozen, the thing is 12 number of those things are given to you. So 12 is fixed. Dozen is nothing but 12. Just like dozen in your life, in your daily life, in your chemistry, that word mole is used. Right? Almost similar. Just like dozen is equal to 12. Here mole is also fixed to a certain fixed quantity. Mole is also fixed to certain fixed quantity, my dear boys. So dozen is equal to 12. Just like this, mole is equal to Avogadro's number. Mole is fixed to Avogadro's number. So Avogadro number, the symbol is N. Its value is 6.023 into 10 power 23. 1 mole means Avogadro number of things. 1 dozen is equal to 12 things. Just like this, 1 mole is equal to Avogadro number of things. Whatever you want. Whatever you want. Not 26. It is 23. So 1 mole is equal to 6.023 into 10 power 23 units. If you want to buy 1 mole bananas, he will give 6.023 into 10 power 23 number of bananas. That's much number of bananas. So that is why 1 mole apples means that much number of apples. Whatever it is the thing, that much number is equal to 1 mole. That much number is equal to 1 mole. Please, mole is equal to Avogadro number. Dozen is equal to 12 like that. Mole is equal to Avogadro number. From that number, so there are number of words are also corresponds to this 1 mole. 1 mole in terms of weights we are going to discuss. If atoms are considered, gram atomic weight equivalent. If we consider atoms weight, if we consider atoms weight, 1 mole atoms weight is equal to gram atomic weight. 1 mole atoms weight is equal to gram atomic weight. Now, if we consider molecule, that is equal to gram molecular weight. That is equal to gram molecular weight. 1 mole molecules weight is equal to molecular weight. 1 mole atoms weight is equal to atomic weight. 1 mole molecules weight is equal to molecular weight. 1 mole atoms weight is equal to atomic weight. Next, 1 mole volume at STP. Already I discussed here. That is gram molar volume. In terms of volumes at STP, 1 mole of gas occupies a volume of gram molar volume is equal to gram molar volume. Its value is 22.4 liters or 22,400 milliliters at STP. So all these are very, very important. 1 mole means altogether, whatever you want, you have to equalize. 1 mole atom weight is equal to gram atomic weight. 1 mole molecule weight is equal to gram molecular weight. 1 mole gas occupies a volume at STP is equal to gram molar volume. 1 mole is nothing but whatever you want, it is Avogadro's constant. Next, gram molecular weight of any substance is also called as gram mole. 1 gram mole. So 1 gram mole is nothing but gram molecular weight. So 1 gram mole is also called as 1 gram molecule. One gram mole or 1 gram molecule is nothing but gram molar volume. Sorry, gram molecular weight. So gram mole or gram molecule is nothing but gram molecular weight. So magic, it is a molecular weight, it is molecule. It is molecular weight, it is mole. If it is atoms, which is equal to 1 gram atom. 1 gram atom is nothing but gram atomic weight. 1 gram mole is nothing but gram molecular weight. These are technically different terms, all are equal. These are technically different terms, all are equal, no doubt at all. Okay? So 1 gram atom is nothing but gram atomic weight. Gram atomic weight is nothing but 1 mole. 1 mole is equal to 1 gram atom. 1 mole is equal to 1 gram atom. 1 mole is equal to gram molecular weight. 1 mole is also equal to 1 gram mole. Or 1 gram molecule. 1 gram molecule weight is equal to its gram molecular weight. 1 gram atom's weight is equal to its gram atomic weight. So 1 mole contains how many chemical species? That is Avogadro number of chemical species. Now once again I want to calculate 1 mole electrons charge. Now I want to calculate the charge of 1 mole electrons. The charge of 1 mole electrons. So no doubt we know 1 electron charge is equal to 1.602 into 10 power minus 19 coulombs. One electron charge is equal to 1.602 into 10 power minus 19 coulombs. But I want to calculate 1 mole electrons charge. 1 mole is nothing but Avogadro number. 6.023 into 10 power 23 electrons charge is equal to how much? So 1 electron charge is equal to, as we know, that is 1.602 into 10 power minus 19 coulombs. 6.023 into 10 power 23 electrons, nothing but 1 mole electron charge is equal to how much? That is, so by calculating, this is 1.602 into 10 power minus 19 into 6.023 into 10 power 23. Altogether, we take, that gives 96,500 coulombs. 96,500 coulombs. That is the charge of 1 mole of electrons. So not exactly, it is almost equivalent. 96,000 or 450 something else. That is rounded up. That is 96,500 coulombs. So that 96,500 coulombs charge is by 1 mole electron. That's why 1 mole electron charge is equal to 96,500 coulombs. This 96,500 coulombs is called as 1 Faraday. 1 Faraday. 1 Faraday. What is 1 Faraday? It is a charge corresponds to 1 mole electron. What is 1 Faraday? The charge corresponding to 1 mole electron is called as 1 Faraday. How much is its value? How much is its value? It is 96,500 coulombs. 96,500 coulombs. That is 1 Faraday. So altogether, these are very, very important. So on your boards, please see this. Please note this. I don't send this information to you. So except this, remaining all I will send, no doubt. So please note this. 1 mole means altogether, please identify. 1 mole. Molecules are taken, molecular weight. Molecular weight is equal to gram mole. 1 mole. Atoms are taken, atomic weight. Atomic weight is equal to gram atoms. Volume is considered gram molar volume. Number considered Avogadro number. Charge is considered, that is 1 Faraday. These are the V. This is called as mole V. So by using this mole V, we are going to enter anything. Atoms are converted into weights, weights are converted into atoms or molecules, something, volume. So internal